way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense. Bears offense now gets set to head back onto the field. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis.
Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10.
At their own 27.
He'll begin by dropping it off to Montgomery.
They're up right now, and the defense, they're doing their job.
And it starts with the guys up front, so when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually...
Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted, throwing back across his body. Picked off by Harrison Smith.
And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football.
He got outside the pocket there trying to improvise, and he was calling for the ball downfield, but still the interception.
I think what happened, he did call for the ball thinking that he was open, but I think the quarterback spotted him too late. And that margin that he had on the defenders, that got eaten up, and they came up with the interception.
So excellent starting position here for the Vikings. And a look at a guy, definitely got a little razzle-dazzle to him. Can do it with his arm or his legs. Their mobile QB.
And he comes off a tough opening matchup. Threw way too many interceptions in that game. Definitely not the way you want to kick off a new season. So he said to himself, I've got to throw that game out. I'm going to get a fresh start right here in week 2.
Yeah, he just danced away from that one defender on his way to a gain of about 7 yards.
On 2nd down, it's Cook again.
And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Here's Cook again.
And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15. A gain of 3. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. From the gun, it's a give to Cook. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for 3rd down. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings.
Dalvin Cook,
his first touchdown of the new season.
And the Vikings have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Well, Charles, clearly they wanted to send a message there and impose their will. They score on their opening possession on a drive comprised entirely of rushing the football.
Message sent. I don't know that the team on the other side of the field wanted to receive it, but what a statement on their opening drive. Just run it all the way downfield, no passes. That absolutely sets the tone that they're going to be physical.
Fielded right around the 8. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here, because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer, because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. From the gun, here's Fields.
And here's another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Charles, it is pretty rare that we see a team build this kind of lead in the opening quarter. And, man, they seem to be clicking on all 3 phases right there. The defense doing its part with a pick 6.
And it's absolutely been the definition of a start that you would pick for yourself and for your team, right? And I have a feeling that they just want to stay in this zone. What's truly incredible about this start is they can add on a couple more scores. This one could legitimately be over in the 2nd quarter.
Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And the route is on here in this first half.
So this not what we expected. 28-0 here in the first as another kickoff is away from the 10. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Bears now ready to take over again. They've got to be absolutely reeling right now. Couldn't have expected to be down this big this early. But that's the spot they're in as they come up to try again here. Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10. At their own 27. Pick 6 last drive. Here's Fields again. They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
And a really nice play call there to start the drive, especially if you're a team that has a little bit of a reputation for throwing it downfield. You come out and you think maybe you can catch them off guard a little bit, and they did. Little screen pass, back door.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Boy, this defense is circling early. A pick 6 there, and they are off to the races here this first quarter.
And, partner, when you get off to a first quarter lead like this, it really frees you up defensively to take some chances. Really. And that was just a tremendous play to pick that ball off and bring it back for a score.
Piñeiro's extra point up and good.
And that makes this 35-0 now.
So plenty of fireworks here early. 35-0 now as the kick is away. This one taken just inside the 10. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Another drive coming up for this Chicago offense.
They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down. Throwing after the interception. Fields toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10.
To throw is Fields.
Throw left side complete. That's Montgomery.
Finding room at midfield.
And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I hate to say it, Charles, but
since he's handing out picks, like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
Throwing on 3rd down, Fields.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss.
We are in for a good one as we're through one. Back in Chicago, ready for the 2nd quarter. It's the Bears in possession. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. Taking it about the 16. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. So here are the Vikings to take over. They were losers to Philadelphia a week ago. Now they find themselves in the lead as they start this drive. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Again, it's Cook. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory. Across the 30 to the 31-yard line. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. So on 4th down, on is the punter, Ryan Wright.
Back deep, Jarvis Landry. This is brought in at the 21. Now a hit and a loose football. Was hoping to make a play there on the return with his speed. Instead, he makes a play for the other side.
Yeah, and how many times have we heard coaches say, you know, sometimes it's not really about those X's and O's we drop. It's about those Jimmies and Joes. And when you have a punt returner, he's one of those Jimmies and Joes, one of the best athletes. He's unable to make the play that they were seeking, though.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. A 10th carry in the game for Cook.
And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line. 46 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. Things looking much rosier for him here in week 2. They work with the lead as they've got it 1st and 10.
And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Up the middle, it's Cook. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss there. Now 3rd and 14.
We need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And they will get to him at the 7 and snap him short of the 1st down marker. It's a pickup of 13, but they're still a bit short, and it'll be 4th down. Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. They're able to keep the drive alive. 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one.
Cook will take this into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. So his strong first half continues as he finds the end zone here for the 2nd time.
And definitely good blocking at the point of attack, and you just have to love watching the way he can create space down near the goal line, and he's able to take it into the end zone.
Piñeiro's extra. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10.
At their 25-yard line.
Now it's Fields.
Going deep here for Landry. And my goodness, another interception.
Picked off by A.J. Terrell. Well, that is now his 5th interception thrown in this game. And, Charles, you've got to tip your cap to this defense. I mean, they have been so impressive reading these passes, stepping in those lanes, and picking them off.
Yeah, sometimes the best offense is an excellent defense, and they've done exactly that. What do you think, partner? A season's worth of highlights in just 4 quarters? I think that's what we're seeing with this group.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
It's a gain of 6. 1st down, Vikings.
Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook showing off the quick feet that time and getting forward for a pickup of 3 yards. On 2nd down, Cook. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
I really like the vision he displayed on that play because he saw there wasn't a lane to completely break off a huge gain. So he found where there was the most space and got what he could. A nice dirty run that's a positive play for the offense.
It's a gain of 4, and it gets him the 1st.
Okay, ready? 1st down, Minnesota.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. 2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The catch and run, good for 24 yards. Back to throw now on 1st down. Looks again for T.J. Hockenson, and he's got him again. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. They'll set up a throw. And he whips that one incomplete there.
That certainly appeared to be a play call, and they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there.
Touchdown! A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Vikings are able to add on to their first half lead. Good throw there, and I don't want to blow it too out of proportion, but he looks a lot more comfortable in his 2nd season.
You can tell he put the work in the offseason, and what I mean by that is understanding the playbook. Not just the plays and how to execute them, but how to do it against a variety of defenses. Also understands his team better, what they can and cannot do. You can see the confidence rising in him as he plays.
Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And the route is on here in this first half. Now after the touchdown, here's Piñeiro to kick it off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Chicago offense set to get started. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out, they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Fields steps, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss. Not wanting to risk another sack, they'll play it safe with a run. And they will bottle him up behind the line, and now will they use a timeout? So we hit halftime with our visitors, the Vikings, taking the lead to the locker room. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit. But first, it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2. We'll get started over at the Caesars Superdome in New Orleans. And it's the Jaguars who are out in front. The Jaguars trying to even their mark at 1-1 after dropping their opener a week ago. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. With that, we take a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Vikings. And the ground game has been a big part of why they have this big lead. And you have to figure...
Well, everyone's eager to resume play here in this Week 2 contest, so we push right through halftime and back at it for the start of quarter 3. All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. They're obviously right now in the driver's seat, comfortably ahead. They've scored on a couple straight possessions, Charles, and I mean, for them, I guess it's just more of the same, right? Keep doing what you've been doing.
Yeah, it's not typical for us to see games out of reach in the third quarter. Right now, they're unstoppable in this one. And seeing how they just came out onto the field, it does appear like they're done scoring points in this one. They look awfully confident.
2nd and 1.
That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. That his first catch so far. They held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there. He'll drop to throw. Another one on this play for Justin Jefferson. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Back to throw again. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Open man, he's got him, the tight end Hockenson. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears 21. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. First down, here's the run with Cook. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Touchdown, Vikings! Justin Jefferson, his 2nd touchdown on the season. Hey, now, this has been a very strong performance as they score once again.
Yeah, I know it's only week 2, but you're exactly right, because this team felt they let one get away in the opener. And not only were they determined to not let the same thing happen here, they knew that they had to correct a bunch of things. So everything that went wrong in game 1, they took care of business with it in game 2.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10. At their own 26. Here's Fields. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Up the middle, it's Montgomery. And he'll take this to about the 24, a gain of 3. An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down. Out of the gun, Fields. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Za'Darius Smith able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. That's pulled in at the 32. A very good kick there, but 15 yards on the return. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. There's a glimpse of Justin Jefferson, the wide receiver, as he and the Minnesota Vikings return back here on offense.
Previous series, definitely a focal point. 3 catches, the touchdown grab. As a DB, you're a former DB, is there a number of catches on a drive you're like, oh, he got the best of us?
I'm not sure there's a number, but there's a great feel. And what he did on the last drive, yeah.
Especially with a touchdown.
Yes.
You're never happy.
You're exactly right. The way he capped it off. So you feel that at the sideline, and now you're looking at your buddies and saying, okay, what are we going to do to take things away from him? Because I'm not sure the other guys can make those sort of plays. So let's make sure that we don't let him get going again.
Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. And here's Ryan Wright now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 15-yard line. It's just a 32-yard punt with no return. And the Bears take over. Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10. At their own 16. Meanwhile, Fields throw into the hands of Sample. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup.
1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Montgomery. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Fields. And able to find Alan Lazard. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Fields on 3rd down. And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10. Going up the gut, Montgomery. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. 8 yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Fields leaving it with Montgomery here on the option. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks. Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Read option. Here's Montgomery. A great move by Montgomery. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30.
1-yard line.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off. Back now at Soldier Field. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Off the option, here's Montgomery. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked out before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Here's Fields. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. The Bears on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Fields now to throw. To the end zone, but knocked away. Incomplete.
You've got to step for step downfield of man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
Myers' kick is good, and they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, it's a Pyrrhic victory at best, but Charles, no team wants to get shut out, so it's hard to blame them for taking the 3 there.
You can't blame them one bit. It hasn't been the best performance, that's for darn sure. But there is something to be said for fighting.
Score after score after score, and a lot of times we use the term blowout for a lopsided ball game. And this has kind of gone past that. I think we're in historic territory right now.
You nailed it. Historic territory. Perfect phrase for what we were watching. If this were a movie, what kind of rating would we put on it? Who would you allow to watch what we're watching right now? Let's hope this one gets over fast, because this game, well decided a long time ago.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
86 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now it's the backup Newton.
To Jefferson on the slant.
So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And now we've got a 3rd and 4.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down.
To throw is Newton. That'll be complete to Cook.
And he will have a Vikings 1st down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4.
And the Vikings 1st down.
Back to the ground, Cook. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. Now a play fake, and it's Newton.
They're looking for Jefferson, but this is intercepted.
Eddie Jackson picks it.
And the Bears are going to take possession of the football.
Well, they get a fourth quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over.
On first down, Fields.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
Well, that turned out better than most of the passes he could have thrown on that snap. The coverage downfield was excellent, but the containment close to home left him a backdoor escape, and they paid dearly for not locking up.
First down, here's the run with Montgomery. Montgomery hit, and the ball is loose. And the Vikings pick up the football. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just a minute. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble.
On second down, Montgomery. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. A loss on that play, and now third down gets tougher. 3rd and 6. Now here's the option play going left. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown. But they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
Now the
might be a little bit on the tense side, the way that this one is turning out.
Second down, they go right back to Cook.
And he's got room.
96 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset.
A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. Third down, here's a run by Cook.
And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the first. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll try and wind down some clock with Cook. And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Here's Cook again.
And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. They'll try the middle with Cook. And some room to maneuver. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.
So for the Vikings, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they'll have another road date next week with the Detroit Lions. Meanwhile, for Chicago, they'll drop to 0-2.
And they will be back home next week for a date with the Washington Commanders.